So the first thing to do, besides laying it out, was to install the water line and the electrical conduit and the drain line. Drain line and the water lines for the sink that will be installed later on. The electrical, we're going to have some outlets and some lights on it. Cut some 2x8s to form for the drawers. So I had two sets of drawers and then the doors that were going to be right underneath the barbecuer that you could access not only the plumbing but also the propane tank. For the front of the concrete or the blocks, we decided to stucco it on the inside. On the outside, we're going to use some laminated rock we'll talk about later. And the stucco, we just used regular mortar to stucco it. Came out a little bit rougher than I anticipated, but after we painted it, we really liked the looks of it. We thought it would be a little bit smoother, but all in all, turned out pretty good. So now came the top of the barbecuer, and I planned on doing concrete. Colleen wanted some tile in it also, or to do tile, but I've done smaller concrete tables where I just pour it into a melamine base and then flip it over, but this was too big an area, and I was afraid it was going to be too heavy to move around and too many splices. So I researched and found some videos and found some what's called Z form, a very nice outside looking form that's easy to break off. So I thought I could do that. And it started out pretty well. I got all the form on, everything looked very good. And then we started to pour early one morning. We had 13 bags of 80-pound countertop concrete, and it was pretty warm, but we started early in the morning. A little bit worried about the big area, and it was just Colleen and I doing it. But as we were doing it, it was setting up a lot faster. I didn't have it wet enough. It was too dry. And as it started to set up, it started to crack. So as we were getting done with it, it was looking pretty good at the time. We did insert some tile that wasn't perfect, but it would have been okay. And anyway, as it was setting up, it was just cracking very badly, even putting a little bit of water on it. So ended up, after it was all done, unfortunately, sawed the thing out, 1,000 pounds of concrete. I sawed up and got it out of there, and we went looking for a different top, and we looked at anything from Formica to granite, and the granite was just one, too expensive and got too hot. And so we had this travertine. We already had travertine tile out there, but we found some bigger travertine tile, 16 by 16 inch. And some of it comes with a coping. So we used that coping, a rounded coping on the outside. And then we had to brace it up, and I used some redwood 4x4s and 2x4s, and then surrounded the 4x4s with some 2x6s to make it look a little beefier. But it is pretty. The redwood is pretty. Came from California redwood out of California, so very nice looking. But that was quite an event. Thought it was going to be okay with the concrete, and it was a disaster, and it was my own fault. Just trying to do too much, a big of an area, and not being properly prepared. So it turned out very, very nice with the travertine, and the travertine doesn't get hot even in the direct sunlight. It gets warm, but it doesn't get real hot. We did insert one piece of tile for Colleen right in the middle. That turned out very good. We ended up grouting it. It looks very nice. It does get hot though. So we stuccoed the inside of the barbecuer in the kitchen, and then on the outside we're going to put a rock laminated ledger stone. We have it on our pillars in our pergola and also around our pool. So same color, everything. Went to the same place we got the tile and picked out these come in 8 inches by 24 inches, so pretty easy to install. Just got to make sure you start off the bottom nice and level and have a good foundation down there, and just use some liquid nail to install it. So again, pretty easy to install. Really finished up the barbecuer well, made it look pretty good.